Have you been thinking about selling a house, but you're not sure whether now is the right time? Maybe you're wondering if the mortgage rates will come down next year. Maybe you are hoping home prices will go higher. Or maybe you're worried that if you wait too long, you could leave money on the table. If that's you, you're not alone. In fact, over the last few months, this is probably the number one questions I have been getting from homeowners throughout San Ramon, Dublin, Pleasanton, Danville, and the East Bay. Sunny, should I sell now or should I wait until the next year? And honestly, it's a great question because every day we are hearing something different. One day somebody says that the market is crashing. The next day somebody says that the prices are going higher in my neighborhood. Then somebody says the rates are coming down. It can get confusing very quickly. So in this video, I'm going to share exactly what I'm seeing as a local broker working with the buyers and sellers every day. We'll talk about interest rates, inventory, buyers' behavior, tech layoffs, AI, seasonal trend, and what I think could happen over next 6 to 12 months. Most importantly, I will share what I would do if I were selling my home. So let's jump in. Hello everyone, my name is Sunny Khatau with Value Ventures Realty. I've been helping buyers and sellers throughout the East Bay for almost 2 decades. During that time, I have seen hot markets, cold markets, 2008 crash, the COVID housing boom, and everything in between. One thing I have learned is that nobody can perfectly predict the market, but we can make smart decisions using the information available today. That's exactly what we are going to do. By end of this video, you'll have clear understanding of whether selling now or waiting might make more sense for your situation. Let me start with the conversation I'd recently had. A homeowner called me and said, Sunny, I don't have to sell. I can wait for another year if I want to, but I'm wondering, would I regret not selling today? A few days later, another homeowner told me something completely different. He said, Sunny, if the rates comes down next year, won't more buyers enter the market and drive the prices higher? Both questions are valid. The reality is nobody knows exactly what next year will look like. What we do know is what buyers are doing today, and what we do know is what the market looks like right now. That's why instead of trying to predict the future, let's start with the facts. Let's address the elephant in the room, the interest rates. Few years ago, buyers were borrowing money at the historically low rates. Those were unusual times. Today, the buyers are dealing with significantly higher monthly payments. A buyer who qualified for $2 million home a few years ago may only feel comfortable buying $1.6 million home today. Home did not change, buyer didn't change, the monthly payment changed. And that's important because affordability drives demand. Now, here is what many sellers are hoping for. They're hoping the rates comes down next year. Maybe they do. In fact, many economists believe we could see some modest reduction if inflation continues to cool. But here's something many people forget. If the rates comes down, the buyers aren't the only people waiting. Sellers are waiting too. Thousands of homeowners are sitting on the sideline waiting for the better conditions. So the lower rates may bring more buyers into the market, but they could also bring more inventory. That's why waiting isn't always the obvious answer. One of the biggest reasons inventory remains low today is what economists call lock-in effect. Many homeowners have mortgage rates between 2.5 to 4%. Why would they sell? Think about it. If your current payment is comfortable and moving means doubling your interest rate, you're probably going to stay put. That's exactly what many homeowners are doing. They're remodeling their houses, adding offices, converting garages, building ADUs, doing whatever they can do to avoid moving. This is one of the biggest reasons the inventory remains relatively low despite higher rates. And as long as the inventory stays low, the prices tends to remain more stable. Today's buyers are very different from the buyers 3 years ago. 3 years ago, buyers would waive contingencies offer hundreds of thousands of dollars over asking price, fight over every home. Today's buyers are more selective. They're looking closely at the inspections. They're evaluating insurance cost. They're comparing every home online before they even visit. They're asking tougher questions. And honestly, that's healthy. What I have noticed is that buyers are still buying, but they're buying smart. If the home is priced correctly and shows well, it sells. If the home is overpriced, the buyers simply move on. The market today rewards the realism. Real estate is very simple. If there are 10 buyers and one house for sale, sellers win. If there are 10 homes and one buyer, buyers win. Everything comes down to demand and supply. Right now, the inventory has increased compared to the frenzy we experienced during the COVID. But we are still below historical norm in many East Bay communities. That's why some homes are getting multiple offers and there are some houses sitting in the market for a long time. The challenge for the seller is that buyers have choices today. And when buyers have choices, pricing becomes critical. You can't simply list your home at any numbers and hope the market will figure it out. Those days are gone. Let's talk about something that's particularly important here in Bay Area. Tech layoffs. Over the last couple of years, we have seen layoffs from some of the biggest companies in the world. Google, Meta, Amazon, Oracle, Salesforce, Microsoft, and naturally, people ask this question, hey, won't all those layoffs hurt housing? The answer is yes and no. Yes, layoffs create uncertainty, but here is what makes the Bay Area different. The Bay Area remains the center of innovation. We are seeing tremendous growth in artificial intelligence. Companies like NVIDIA have become one of the most valuable companies in the world. AI startups are raising billions of dollars. New jobs are being created even as some traditional jobs disappear. So while layoffs have certainly affected buyers' confidence, I don't believe we are seeing an economic collapse. Instead, we are seeing a transition, and transitions create opportunity. Almost every homeowner tells me, I'll just wait until spring. And yes, spring is traditionally the busiest season. More buyers, better weather, families preparing for the school transitions. Everything sounds great. But here is what people forget. Everyone else has the same idea, which means more competition. Sometimes listing in fall or winter can actually work in your favor because you are competing against fewer homes. I've seen sellers receive stronger offers simply because there wasn't much inventory available. Timing matters, but the competitions matters too. Having been in the real estate for nearly 20 years, I have learned one important lesson. Trying to perfectly time the market rarely works. I watched people wait during 2019, then COVID happened. I watched people wait during 2022. Many are still waiting. The truth is that the life events usually matters more than market timing. Marriages, divorce, job changes, retirement, growing families, downsizing, those factors often drive decisions more than the interest rates. Let's look at the three possible scenarios. Scenario number one, rates comes down. More buyers enter the market, demand increases, prices potentially move higher. Scenario number two, the rate stays roughly where they are today. The market continues operating much like it is now. Scenario number three, economic condition weakens. Buyers' confidence drops, the market slows. Which scenario will happen? Nobody knows. And that's exactly why waiting can be risky. You are betting on an outcome that nobody can guarantee. Instead of asking whether the market will better next year, ask yourself these questions. Why am I selling? Do I need more space? Am I downsizing? Am I relocating? Will waiting improve my personal situation? What happens if the market stays exactly where it is today? These questions often leads to the better decisions than trying to predict interest rates in the market. If I were selling my own house and I knew I wanted to move within next 12 months, I would seriously consider selling now. Why? Because today's market still has strong buyers. Inventory remains relatively low and there is a less uncertainty. Could next year be better? Absolutely. Could next year be worse? Absolutely. The point is nobody knows. But today's market is giving many sellers an opportunity to achieve excellent results. At the end of the day, the decision to sell now or wait until next year depends on your goals, your timeline, and your personal situations. There isn't one answer that fits everyone. But there is one thing I know. The more information you are, the better decisions you will make. If you are considering selling your home and would like to personalize a market analysis, I would be happy to help you. My team and I can show you exactly what's happening in your neighborhood, what buyers are paying for homes like yours, and whether now or later makes more sense. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channels, and click the notification bell so you don't miss future market updates. Again, my name is Sunny Khattar with Valley Ventures Realty, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.